keeping. Are no fire alarms expected this evening, so if the alarm does go off, can we please vacate the building either by the entrance that you came into or the fire escape behind me through the kitchen. Apologies for absence, we just have
Councillor Fraser and Councillor Dalton. Is he not? Yeah, Councillor Dalton.
Yeah, and then we will go on to declarations of interest. I don't believe I have any. Does anybody else? No? Great, we're swimming through. First public participation. Does anybody? Oh, Councillor Dalton's now coming in the door.
Okay.
He could make it after all. Elizabeth, would you like to raise anything under public participation? Open spaces?
The next one.
I'm in the right meeting here.
No, the next one.
The next
Yes,
one,
sorry.
okay.
Where we are then, and then we'll go straight into minutes of the meeting dated the 20th of January, if everyone is happy with them. Yeah, show of hands. Praise from the seconder. Yeah, and you're Andy and everyone.
I've got to say I wasn't here.
Okay, that's
Taylor second, yeah.
yeah. We will sign.
Yeah. Have you got one for the sign?
So then we will move on to item 6, Town Hall update on internal improvements. I'll hand over to you, Sharon.
Okay, yeah, I'll just use my agenda. Yeah, just to say that we have got the internal decorators in at the moment and they seem to be doing a really good job and very thorough. Also, we've had notification now that the builders are finally going to be coming to do the front door amendments and automation on next Monday, the 24th of February. And also the kitchen will be started as well, but he will do 2 phases. He'll start with one end of the kitchen. So we have to talk about how we're going to run the community kitchen, but he seems to think we can work around that. And then it'll just be the week after that we'd obviously have no sort of like running water. So we'll talk about how we're going to sort of get around that.
Will the water still be running in the bar? Because there's a
Yes.
full-size sink in the bar, so we could always wash up
Yeah.
anything that's necessary.
Yeah, we can work around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then also, I think on the agenda, just to report that the rear roadway has now been completed with the white lining. So we've had lots of compliments about that.
Great. Does anyone have any questions on any of those items? We'll move on then to item 7, Town Market Matters, and I'll go to Sharon again.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I've got to fill in order to get the £2,000 back from the market stall grant. I just had the information through, so I've got to send through an assessment, sort of like an update document to let them know, have we had an increase in footfall? Obviously we have, because we've increased the amount of markets we've had, therefore we've increased the amount of schools that we have. I think it's okay to say that Taylor has suggested that next year, just to let people know that it will be 800 years since we had the charter market having been awarded to the town by King Henry III. So that was in 1226. So we've even got the date that it was actually by the Gazetteer or something mentioned that the date that was awarded was the 22nd of April. So it will be suggested that we run a really special market on that day, a really good special event for that particular day. But we've got plenty of time to organise it. But any ideas to be put forward, it would be very welcome. And we're still continuing on with the farmers market and obviously with our Thursday market. And I believe there's a makers market, but I didn't note down the date, Taylor.
Third Saturday of the month.
Sorry?
Third Saturday of each month.
Yeah, right, yeah, sorry. It'll be third Saturday of each month.
Lovely. So big plans for next year then. 800 years, what an achievement.
Yeah.
I should imagine there's many
Yeah,
towns or villages that can boast
yeah, every single Thursday.
that they're still up,
right?
that they're still up and running 800 years later. Amazing stuff. So, we will move on then to item 8, glass washer purchase for the bar. And Sharon has got a couple of suggestions.
Well, I've sent,
And they've been
yeah,
sent out.
they're in that document, for to have a look. I mean, yeah.
Sorry, this one, this is the 350 ml basket.
I think, yeah, I think it's the front one, isn't it? Should be the 400. Yeah.
I might be being doing.
I think there was a
If I am,
400 and
I
a
apologise.
500 in the link
The
that I
intention is
was
to go
sent.
for 400 one, is that what you meant?
I think that's what I
I think
have
they've
here.
used the same image.
Oh, the
Right,
350.
Yeah.
I'll flick
Is
through.
it that? Yeah.
I think so.
And then,
Yeah,
is there a 500 ml basket on that one? Are they
Baskets
specs the same?
Oh, right, okay, I don't mind that. But I meant the 400 one.
Yeah, there was a 400 and 500, wasn't there? Let me see if I can open the link.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
sorry.
curious.
Right.
I only printed that out, so that one.
Let's have a look.
So all the pictures are the same.
So the one that you sent me was the Insta WI50 500 ml, and I'm not going to lie, it is a lot of money. How much is the one that's been circulated?
1,002.
Pardon?
1,002.
1,002. Well, in all fairness, actually, if you
500.
this what the 500 ml one, which is much bigger, will take a lot more
979.
glasses. Is 979.99, excluding the VAT, and then with the VAT it's 1,175.99. I do believe there was also a 400 ml one in the links that the clerk sent me, and that is 899. Obviously, it's not much bigger than the 350, but it is gravity fed, which is what we would need more than the other one with the water supply. Councillor Taylor.
Yeah, I was gonna say for the increase in price, could we go for the 500?
Yeah, but the 400 was slightly
Oh,
less.
no, I think the
Yeah,
500.
still
yeah.
with the 5.
There's only
I'd say it's
874.
sensible.
Second,
Yeah.
yeah, so we're happy with that.
You did it.
Proposer, Taylor, seconder, Mr. Tates, all in favour?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
And then I think we've done just about everything we need to do with all the improvements
Yes.
behind there, which is amazing. Great turnaround. Item 9, new foldable tables for the town hall stroke youth provision for consideration and resolution.
We've been in touch with that company, oh gosh.
Liam Plant,
No,
the
Not
other
yet.
one, the one that's doing the media wall for the youth club.
Advice, yeah,
I can't think of their name.
no,
which is
Wayne's
awful.
company.
Wayne.
It'll come to me, but we believe that we could get, we've had an idea, rather than buy some new tables for here, because we would like dark, we could actually take the tops off, replace them with dark wood that can all be made up for us at a cost of between £25 and £50 per top, rather than spend £245 per table. So we would substantially save. And we then only need perhaps 2, because this company are going to be providing us with 2 foldable tables for the youth provision. We probably only need maybe between 2 and 4 tables, which we would buy, which could then become under the clerk and the mayor's remit. So, but what I would like to do is, because obviously it would be tailor-made, I would like your permission to go for the top end, £50, to buy 13 tabletops. So if you can give me a remit to spend 650 as a budget, I can then get that organised.
Can I, just for a little bit of history here, I contacted a local company within the town for some help with the youth provision. because as you know, I've been going out with my begging bowl, trying to get people to donate as much as they can. And whilst we were talking to this company, who fantastically have come back and said they will do a whole wall at the youth venue with storage and a media wall all built in and fitted free of charge, which I think is amazing. We was talking about these tables because at this last meeting we discussed going to Liam Plumpton and local companies, and they actually said they can make us the tops, which would bring the budget down considerably. I'm quite happy to give Sharon the leeway to spend up to a budget of £1,000. It's not going to come in at that, I don't believe, but I'm happy for you to use up to your discretionary spend if everybody else is. Councillor Swains.
Just a quick question. Are these going to be repurposed? Can we repurpose the existing tops
We
in any
might be
way?
able to in some way, yes.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking. Yeah, replace them by all means, but
Yeah.
we need to do something else with these really as
Yeah,
well.
well, these, I think that the method is we're now spending quite a lot of money getting
Yeah.
the chamber looking lovely. That it would be nice to have tabletops
I
that
agree.
matched the aesthetics of the room. So I think we've discussed dark coloured tabletops. So it's more in keeping with the building.
Actually, no problem with that.
Yeah, and are we happy for Sharon to go up to her discretionary spend? Is that a proposal from Councillor Dalton and Councillor Bircham, and is that unanimous?
Yeah, is
Yeah,
that majority, yeah. You're on this one, aren't you? No.
No.
I did it, yeah, unanimous then.
Great, amazing. And then we will move on to the item 10, which is the Arch Youth provision. Obviously, I've just given a brief update on the walls. But,
Okay, the disabled toilet has been made, it just needs to be decorated. The kitchen is almost in, but Electric 11 have kindly done or refurbished the electrics, because they were going to just do that with regard to, you know, a few switch, you know.
again, I'd
Light
gone with my
switches.
begging bowl and asked them to do some minor works, and unfortunately
They
on
found the
inspection,
electrics to be not as good as they thought, so they have had to actually rip out the old wiring and put the new one in, which they've done for free. But with the Edmondsons, is it Edmondsons, are providing the hardware at half price. So we will have to pay some money towards it, but the cost saving has been absolutely phenomenal on that one. So it would cost a fortune to get it rewired. And also our next move is to finish the kitchen, get the flooring in. Hopkins have actually said that they're going to screed the whole floor and put in the carpet tiles, which have arrived. So once that is done, and then we get the furnishings in, the Benjamin Foundation are currently advertising for staff. So we thought we might be able to get it done by early March, but we think more realistically it'll be the end of March that we open. And we've also got some, we've got the costumes approved for the signage as well. So it's all coming together quite nicely.
and I think just coming in on that, hopefully having reached out to some other clubs and groups and organisations in the town, that we might be able to get some of them on board. I know we was hoping the Tuesday Club might come and use the venue, so maybe we can chase Debbie and see what sort of nights that, or evenings, afternoons that she might be able to.
Yeah, that's right. And lastly, with the disabled toilet, I have applied for a £2,000 grant, which I'm very hopeful that we should be able to get back from Brecon District. So fingers crossed we do get that as well. That would help enormously.
Councillor Thwaites.
A very quick question, of course, more than the point. Electric 11, fabulous that everyone's digging in, but this guy's ended up with a much bigger job and obviously much more expense. And we are improving someone else's property considerably.
Yeah, we had, it was within our lease that we would,
Fine.
yeah,
Oh,
it
sure.
was, yeah, like, for the amendments that we wanted to make.
Bit of give, bit of take. That's
Yeah,
right.
but
Okay.
I do think it does need to be acknowledged. I mean, unfortunately, I caught him out socialising one evening when I bent his ear and asked if he would be able to come in and assist us with some, maybe moving some sockets and replacing some switches, and it has turned out to be a much more considerable job. And like Sharon said, the company that's supplying the switches, the boxes, are doing it for half price through the Electric 11. So the support has been phenomenal. Councillor Taylor.
The amount of support that we've received from especially Hopkins Flooring and Electric 11, I did wonder if those companies that actually did work for free for the benefit of this facility, perhaps we could have a small plaque or some
I was
piece of
just gonna say,
signage or something
I was just going to say,
to
can we
thank and
acknowledge it?
acknowledge them.
I think it would be the
at the
right thing to
premises.
do.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
mean, it might be that the gentleman that's doing the signage can do us a window sticker or something that's quite modest, but you know, shows our appreciation.
I think we should, because they are making a big contribution to the
They
community.
really are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Definitely.
I think, yeah, we've saved thousands. I mean, the media wall as well probably
That
would
would
have run into thousands.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that is a lovely idea. Would you like to contact the company that's doing our signage and see? And again, that'll come in way within your discretionary spend, Sharon.
Yeah.
If you just circulate some
Yeah.
designs or something,
Yeah.
just for approval, and I'm happy for that. Is that a proposal, Councillor Taylor, and a second, Councillor Blake? And everyone, yeah? Great.
Thank you, Ms. Allen.
One other thing I was just going to add, can we, presumably we're going to get the press involved.
Yeah.
When we open, can we get the press to acknowledge them as well?
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
Think
Yeah.
Fabulous. So then we're going to go on to item 11, officer member training proposal.
I think that, Kate wants to speak on this one.
Yeah, so I asked for this to be added to the agenda, just because I think we are very active now, especially our members and their involvement in council initiatives, whether it's volunteering for the weekend when we've had our open air cinema, or whether it's volunteering at the community cafe. And I just wondered if it would be to the benefit of the council to have some of our members, whoever is willing really, to undertake training. So in regards to the community cafe, perhaps basic food hygiene, level 2 food hygiene, for wider events, maybe like, you know, have some DBS checks done, or, you know, some training for working with children or vulnerable adults. I did suggest that it would be nice if we could reach out to Chapel Green School and see if they wanted or would want any of their children to come and actually volunteer in the CAF to get some experience. Because I know when we went to the Charles Bowell Centre, they'd done something similar at the engine room. And I did think in order to do that, we probably would have to have certain safeguards, like having, you know, DBS certificates ourselves. And I just thought that, you know, at the moment, we're kind of going into this a bit blind. And also, I know now we've obviously got, oh, this is terrible, her name's escaping me. New bar supervisor.
Kelly.
Kelly,
Yes.
there we go. Who is taking like a leading role in obviously managing our bar. But over the summer, some of us were volunteering, again, you know, doing like a licensing training course or something like that. Just, it's really just to see how members feel about this, and then perhaps we could work on putting a programme together and designating counsellors to each course, and then obviously with the price totals, and then confirm or ratify it. But I just wanted to put this out just before putting in the time to put together a schedule.
Councillor Blake.
I think if any of us are involved, a member of the public, we should have all the relevant checks done. There's no excuse for that. So anything that involves that, I think we should all go through that first.
Would you like to then, I mean, I'm quite happy to be DBS checked. I know for our role as councillors, we don't have to, but we are very fortunate at the moment. We are a very hands-on council, and our members are really great at stepping up to the mark lately. So maybe just circulate something and
Yeah.
then get some numbers, councillor Birch.
I'm happy to use Price training provider, if that helps.
But
You what, sorry, Dan?
Use Price training provider.
Really?
Yeah, because we use for our staff.
Because because I was going to say, we as a council, because we don't generally look after children or vulnerable adults, it would be very hard for us to apply because you'd come to a dead stop when you apply. You have to be an organisation that actually looks after, like Vera would
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And you would know.
Mhm.
So we have to maybe go through another company or in order to get it.
you
and I
can
don't
do
know
the
how to
DBS
that.
checks though, because actually
No.
it's now being muted at Breckland for all of its
Yeah.
members to have DBS
You
checks.
do voluntary, down voluntary route, yeah.
Yeah,
Can you?
yeah,
Okay,
because
yeah.
I know councillor Taylor will know more because she's obviously attended the meetings where it's being thrashed about at the moment, but
Yeah,
it has been a consideration for the district council at the
Yeah,
moment to have
okay,
its
yeah.
members DBS checked. Councillor
I'm quite happy to stick my head in that noose, if that's what we need. That's not what we need.
Yeah.
What we should be doing, I
So
think that's a route we should be looking at.
if you send
actively.
maybe a generic email out to everyone asking whether you'd like to be DBS,
yeah,
food hygiene,
yeah,
and then maybe from the responses you can get some figures and then look at some
Yeah,
costings.
I would.
Councillor Fates.
Regarding the food hygiene,
Mhm.
would whoever has that certification, whatever it might be, would they have to be on site when things were being
No.
done?
No, no,
Okay, fine.
no, and you can use that anywhere and
Be down for
wherever you want.
I'm quite happy to put myself in that one as well.
Yeah, because once you've got it, it's yours. It's
Mm.
not,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
not
tied to the,
No, I'm,
to the
again,
building.
I'm quite
It's a
happy.
you.
to do that.
It's a you qualification and certificate.
Lovely.
Right then. Fabulous. And then we're going to move on to update of the community CAF. Councillor Taylor, Sharon, who would like to? Councillor Taylor.
Thank you. So we had another CAF this Sunday. We had 50 people in attendance thereabouts, which seems to be like the kind of the norm now. So that's where we're kind of averaging. I think it would have been busier. There was a few faces that we've seen on a number of occasions that weren't here. If they had been, I think would have been pushing 60. So yeah, it's going really, really well. Obviously, we're sponsored now all the way till the end of July. We have, Sharon submitted a Spark funding application to Breckland Council and has been awarded £500 for new crock pots or soup kettles so that we no longer have to borrow from Councillor S. Taylor. And once the new kitchen's installed, that'll just be a lot easier. But yeah, it's just going, better than I think we could have ever imagined. We have now agreed to introduce a Thursday session, 11 till 2, that will predominantly look at soup, signposting and support. So same principle entirely, anyone can come in. They don't have to talk to anyone. If they just want to come in and have a cup of soup and do the social bit or just, come in for something to eat, they can. But should they need any assistance, there'll be counsellors or staff available to assist with the signposting, and each week there'll be a different support element. So the first one on Thursday the 27th will be Turner's Occupational Health, and they'll be coming in to talk to people about mental health and also menopause. So, and then going forward, it'll change each week. Some weeks it'll be the Breckland Communities teams or housing teams talking about damp and mould, doing tenants clinics and bits and pieces like that. So yeah, very exciting. I think we've also spoken to the girls at the cabin to see if they want to come in and do a piece about, the support that they offer. But that will be the kind of signposting that we do is, there's the sharing table at the church, there's the kindness cabin, there's the food bank at the lighthouse, and those sorts of things, among the many questions I'm sure we'll get. So very exciting.
Can you go to citizens' advice at all, so if they would want to?
Yeah, I think the idea is it will, like Councillor Taylor said, it'll be someone different each week.
Yeah.
So it may well be citizen advice, it may well be mine, it may well be the St John's Ambulance doing some first aid talking, and advice, age concern about
Yeah.
powers of attorney, and
Yeah.
and stuff. So each week, the idea is, it might not always be soups because we are mindful the weather's changing, so it could be sandwiches or spuds. But I think the theme will be something beginning with an S, support and signposting, because Councillor T. Taylor likes things that rhyme and go together. Councillor Dolan.
Can we get a diary together for all the support items so that people are aware of what's going to come up on week?
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as we're aware of where the schedule is, hopefully we can advertise that on the Town Council's website and our Facebook pages. Councillor Thwaites.
Just thinking about advertising, it's brought about something in the back of my mind. The wonderful neon sign by the bus shelter, we got access to that yet to put things on?
Last I heard, no, they're still having an issue, aren't they? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
shame.
Even Breckland's IT, I think, and communications team are having issues gaining access to it.
Yeah,
And
okay.
yeah, because I think it was part of the planning agreement that it was
Yeah.
negotiated that it would be available.
I always understood it would be, yeah. Shame
Yeah.
they've got that.
We're actually in Durham on Thursday with our other hats on, so maybe we can have another little push at that. Right then, so that's the update on the community CAF. Second, public participation. Anyone wishing to join in or ask any questions? No, okay then. Items for the next agenda. Nothing specific from me either. Any members? Councillor Birch.
Could we add the SME awards on there, please?
There.
The SME, outright SME awards?
Does that have to go on the GPNF or would that be better on full council?
Could, does involve finances, doesn't it? Would that be,
Probably full council then, maybe, yeah.
yeah, and if not, then we
That'll
can.
come around quicker, wouldn't it?
That's in 2 weeks' time instead of a month.
Yeah, well, events committee reports into,
Working group.
that was, I'm sorry, yeah. Events working group, they report into.
It is on the open spaces, but it shouldn't be.
Okay. So should we put full council then?
Yeah, I.
Yeah.
Yeah, because unless it's specifically a project that needs funding, I don't think it
Yeah.
comes under our remit. Can I just, while we're talking about items, the refrigeration for the kitchen, do we have any ideas on that yet? For when the kitchen's done? I've sent you some links.
Yeah.
Maybe a full fridge and a fridge
Yeah.
freezer, so there's a small freezer space, because I'm now mindful the bar needs ice storing when the
Yes,
bar's
yeah.
in play.
Well, I was planning to get an undercounter freezer for there,
Is there
which
room
means
left
that
then?
we've got enough room for 2
Well,
standing freezers
we-
there.
Two standing fridges, I don't know if we
Fridges,
would
yeah.
need maybe, is there room in the bar for an
There
undercounter
might be.
freezer?
Yeah,
We'll get something
should be.
together, maybe even we can get that on
Yeah.
the full council,
That's only going to be about 150 quid. or
because that
something,
should
yeah.
coincide then with, the kitchen being finished, shouldn't it, the
Yeah.
next full council meeting? So if we can get the fridges on there as soon as that's
Yes, okay.
great, fabulous. Well, in that mind, with a couple of minutes to spare, boom, I'm done. Use the chairs for a minute.